Hey Rem, are you ready for reading with Rem?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's get right into it. Oh, you're already here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel with Reading with Rem. And starring Rem E. Deedle Doug. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do one of my own stories. And it's called The Burning Scarecrow. Exactly 1 year ago, a drizzly day before Halloween, I was working my daily job at Frenzy Farm. Strangely, when I was harvesting the winter corn from the dried up stalks, I saw a scarecrow lying on the ground. The scarecrow was staring back at me with empty, glassy eyes. He was dressed in dirty brown pants, a blue denim shirt with many holes, and some old army boots with missing shoelaces. The boot soles appeared to be burned, sort of melted looking. He did not have a hat. He smelled like a winter pond fire. The steak that had once kept him standing had begun to rot. The rotten steak explained how he must have fallen to the muddy ground. I looked more closely at the creepy scarecrow and decided he was probably a forgotten leftover from last Halloween. Don't ask me why, but I decided to take him home with me. I figured he could dress up the yard a little bit for Halloween the next day. So at the end of work, I set the scarecrow up in the back seat of my new white truck. I then carefully buckled him in the seatbelt and started driving him home. Not far down the road, I looked in the back seat to make sure the scarecrow was still sitting up. It was then that I started smelling the strange, burning smell, and I saw his glassy eyes looking back at me in the rear view mirror. To be honest, it kind of creeped me out. Remy, is that a scary intro?
It's creepy.
Once I got home, I quickly got out of the car, went to the back seat, unbuckled the scarecrow, and then I put him in the yard under the oak tree on the left side of my house. I figured the left side was good because there weren't a lot of decorations there, and I only had the old Frankenstein on the right side. My front porch pumpkins seemed to have decayed overnight, but I was really tired, so I did not pay much attention to them. I walked up my front steps to go inside and cook some dinner. I was tired and hungry from a long day of work at Frenzy Farm. Do you like that part, Remy?
Yes.
Oh, Remy, you're already falling asleep. I'm not even halfway done. The next day of Halloween, everything was running perfectly in the morning. I rolled out of my toasty warm bed and cooked myself a fine breakfast of chocolate waffles, crispy bacon, and steaming hot, fresh from the farm, fried eggs.
That sounds good.
I thought you were almost asleep.
No, I like eggs, so I stayed awake.
Then I got ready for my day. I needed to go to the store for ice cream, chocolate syrup, and orange juice, and some candy for the trick-or-treaters. I also needed to get a new pole for the scarecrow. I looked out my window and could barely see my truck. I couldn't go to the store for another couple of hours because there was the thickest fog you'd ever see. Later that morning, after the fog lifted, I drove my truck to the store down the road. When I got back, I noticed the Scarecrow had moved to the right side, next to Frankenstein. Shaking my head, I thought I must have put him there. Remy, is that a creepy part?
Yeah. What happens next?
Well, let's see. Later that afternoon, I started putting the candy in glass jars for the trick-or-treaters. After I filled the first jar, I heard something at the door.
What is it?
Ding dong. I opened the door and saw there was a trick-or-treater, and he said, "Hey, mister, I was going to school and saw that Scarecrow. But just now, whenever I got here, I didn't see the Scarecrow." I said, "Okay, I'll check it out." After a while, when I got a break from the trick-or-treaters, I went to check to see if the kid was right, and he was. The Scarecrow was really missing. I thought the kid took the Scarecrow, so I went back into my house to call the cops. I grabbed the phone in the kitchen and started to call the cops. Suddenly, I smelled something burning.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Well, hold your thought so they can actually guess, okay?
Okay.
I grabbed the phone in the kitchen to start call the cops. Suddenly, I smelled something burning. So I turned around, quick, and looked behind me. Standing in the corner of the kitchen, I saw the Scarecrow. And he had come to life. The Scarecrow had a stick and a lighter in his hands. And he looked at me with his glassy eyes. And the Scarecrow started fire. The fire made me run out of my house. I got in my truck and turned back, only to see the burning Scarecrow on my front steps looking at me. I drove faster. The day after Halloween, I changed my name. I changed my address. I changed everything. I then started off for Canada to escape the Scarecrow. On my drive north, I saw many Scarecrows in the fields and the stores. And the funny thing was that none of them had any hats. And all of them had army boots. Every Halloween reminds me of that night and that creepy Scarecrow watching me with his empty, glassy eyes. Well, I hope you liked that video. Please subscribe to see more videos. And if you liked this video, please like the video. Bye!